We travel to historic places like the Zapata Ranch here, all across the Heartland. And recently, we went to a winery in Wisconsin that began making wine more than 150 years ago.
It's a state better known for its bovine, but wander the hillside overlooking the Wisconsin River near Madison, and you might think you're in the south of France. This is Wollsersheim Winery. It's not just the steep hillside and the historic wine cellar. There's another reason that this feels distinctly un-Wisconsin-like.
Taking some wine out of the barrel and then see how it's going to be doing. So if you bring your glass, right here.
Philippe Coquard is the winemaker here at Wollsersheim. He comes from a family of winemakers, and the story of how he ended up making Wisconsin wine is intertwined with the success of this winery.
I had been in love with America since I was 14 years old. You know, I had collected a little American flag, loved the Mustang, the Harley Davidson, the whole Americana concept.
Philippe came to the United States from France at age 22 as part of an FFA exchange program to learn more about grape growing in America. He admits Wisconsin wasn't his first preference.
No, not at all. I didn't know where Wisconsin was. Didn't know you could grow grape, have a winery.
Fortunately for Philippe, he landed at Wollsersheim Winery. Its location along the riverbank creates a microclimate suited for growing wine grapes, something another winemaker noticed more than 150 years ago. Hungarian Count Agustin Haraszthy settled here and started a vineyard in the 1840s. It got the Wollsersheim name in 1972 when Bob and Joanne Wollsersheim purchased this land. Their daughter Julie was 6 years old.
It was pretty exciting. We ran up and down the hills a lot. We did a little bit of everything. We helped in the vineyard. We helped bottle the wine.
By the time Philippe arrived in 1984, Bob Wollsersheim had experimented with hundreds of different grapevine varieties. The biggest challenge, Wisconsin's cold winters. When the opportunity arose to have a helper on the farm from a French winemaking family, Bob jumped at it.
So you arrive, you're a young guy, you're here, you meet Bob, and at what point do you realize there's something going on here that might be worth something, that you could be involved in?
Number one, I could not speak a word of English. I could not speak a word. So it took me a couple of weeks, 3 weeks to really get into it, understand. And, you know, as we tasted the wine, as I saw the vineyard and understanding what Bob was doing and what his goals were, and that's how I thought, well, this is a genuine winery.
Within a few years, Philippe's place in this family business was established.
Bob asked me if I wanted to take the responsibility of the production side of the winemaking. That was it. And it was all built on, he trusted my winemaking. I'm always looking ahead, I'm not looking behind. France was great, I studied, I love France, my family being there and so on. Do I miss it? No. I adjusted, adapted, fell in love with this lifestyle.
It wasn't just the lifestyle that gained his affection, something else, rather someone else, caught his eye.
I was working as a tour guide in the winery, and he was working in the wine cellar and in the vineyard.
There was obviously a spark there, I guess, in the beginning, huh?
Actually, yeah, there was a lot of sparks. That was fun. Actually, Julie was still at UW studying French, actually. That was one of her major, along with business. And so I had a way of helping Julie with some French homework, and it got more and more romantic.
He came in 1984. We were married in 1986.
When Julie's father died in 2005, she and Philippe took over management of Wollsersheim. Today, the winery sells 18 varieties of wine. Producing 215,000 gallons of wine a year, it's Wisconsin's largest. 5 of the wine varieties are made with Wisconsin grapes. The rest come from other regions around the United States. Today, Julie and Philippe's daughter also works for the winery.
I think my father would be very proud. I know before he passed away, he was very comfortable with leaving the legacy of the business to us. we had a chance to work together over many years, and so we knew what his wishes were and kind of how to proceed.
Of course, it took effort to convince some wine experts that good wine could be made right here in the Dairyland. Philippe found that out while taking Wollsersheim's most popular wine, Prairie Fumé, to wine competitions across the country.
We got hit in the face so many times. We went to Chicago and had a tasting, and we would pour the bottle and say, oh, we'd like some Wisconsin wine, and the customer would literally pull the glass back out because they didn't want Wisconsin wine. And I can guarantee you for the next 5 years, we never promoted Wisconsin.
Now that Prairie Fumé has racked up dozens of awards, they're not hiding the Made in Wisconsin label anymore.
Do we have the perfect growing season? No, but we have the grapes that can adjust and adapt to the growing season. With good winemaking, I think we make some very fine wine. Something must be good in Wisconsin.